hope you enjoyed the Pong video. I tried to recreate Pong in an earlier video, but the ball physics just wouldn't work for it. I think a 4-player hockey game or even the Atari classic Breakout would benefit from this system. To have a scoring system where the ball responds, you'd do something similar to the fish's brain in the fishing game video. Just have a one-shot switch trigger a brain on the moving platform that controls the ball. Then when the ball passes a certain point, it triggers a switch and dissolves. Alright, the questions were, TNS the Tormentor asks, can you make a tutorial on how to make Johnny's mecha and mechanics which he uses in his levels? Yes, I can try and do that for you. Johnny doesn't post much of his stuff online, but what I did is I attached a link there in the description. Just look over there and you should be able to see his future Warzone video that somebody put on YouTube. And what I'll try and do is make the little mech that drops out of the ship and walks along the ground. LOL Anime 101 asks, can you please make a tutorial on how to make a fighting game in Little Big Planet? Yes, I can do that. I did make one where you used the paint guns and you would shoot the ceiling, and the ceiling was divided into sections, so when you hit a certain section in the ceiling it would drop to the ground and crush whatever's below it, so you'd have to try and crush your friends. But with the camera, the angles of the camera didn't work very well, so I had to scrap that, but I think it might be still online under my account. And in terms of a fighting game for Little Big Planet, I can make like a Street Fighter style game, but the players will only have 3 moves. So if you watch this video, let me know what the 3 moves you'd like to sort of see in a Little Big Planet fighting game would be. My thoughts were a block, a right punch and a left punch, or something along those lines. Me Video 1 asks, do you think you can make a fishing level with the water when it comes out? Yeah, I'll probably do something like that when Media Molecule decides to release the pack. It's been about a month or 2 since they've shown us anything, so I have no clue when it's coming out, and all the speculative dates that were in forums have all gone past those dates, so it was a bunch of baloney, and nobody knows when it's going to come out. Zapparatus says, I wonder how they're going to do it. Place a block and then use the water tool, or maybe a slider that controls the water levels. I think it's just going to be a device that controls the water levels, and then you'd have a switch or something trigger it, or a proximity thing where the player walks close to it and it triggers. I don't think you're going to be able to form objects with water, like make a water wheel or something, but it would be really cool if they did do that, wouldn't it? Some of the things that you should expect though are the scuba pack and the fact that your sack can drown now. And there's probably going to be a motor or something to propel water, so if you make a boat, it can go through the water with this little motor you attach to it. I think that's another thing they might have added. Jabba the Hutt 50 asks, can you make a boss that is really massive that basically takes up the whole level? The second part is, are you looking forward to the new Super Mario Wii? You can make a boss pretty simple. You just make a really small enemy and then put a whole bunch of brains on it, and then select the whole enemy and then expand it with the right joystick. That would be one way of making a big boss really simple. The biggest problem you're going to have though is when you try to put a camera on it, you know, the player's going to have a hard time finding his way around if there's multiple players, because once they go to the camera zone it just sort of zooms in on the first player, I think it is, or I don't know. And for the second part of your question, Jabba, am I looking forward to the new Super Mario Wii? Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. They should have put this players working simultaneously in the Mario games a long time ago, back when the Super Nintendo or even the GameCube, but I don't know why Nintendo didn't do it, and so they're sort of behind on doing this a little late. I think it's too late for this idea of 4 players at the same time, but it's still more than welcome.